Hi there, my name's Kevin Levy and I'm doing a review of the Vvolt Sirius for Bicycle Guider. And you can see the bike here in the background. We're going to dive into it in a second. Alright, so I've taken the bike out of the box. They tell you not to take it from the top, which I did not. I took it from the side. I took all the wrapping off, all the cardboard and everything. And then I realized that they have this really cool stand. I've never seen this before. And the Sirius has it. They have this triangle box that I kind of ripped it a little bit, but you put your tire in it and it kind of keeps it upright while you put the forks on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got the box with the tire and I've got the bike and I'm going to put it on there. And instead of turning the bike upside down, I can do this, which is very exciting. You kind of got to get the forks in line with the holes. There we go. And then this thing, the axle, goes through. There we go. So that's all the way through. Wouldn't hurt to put the kickstand down, just so I have a little more stability. And then I'm going to use, I don't know if you noticed it, but in your little quick start kit with the Sirius, it includes this handy little multi-tool. And I've realized that you take the biggest one, and I've already put the axle in that side, so now I got to put this cap on this side, and I could kind of, it's really cool that this box is really kind of keeping it all upright. It's nice. I've tested many bikes, I've assembled many bikes. I've never had this kind of a convenience. I really like it. And then you just do a little tightening. There we go. All right. And just like that, the bike is assembled. All right. Then you got to put your pedals on and whatnot, which I've already done. And there you have it. Okay, this is a really sleek looking bike. I really like the integrated battery. We'll talk about that in a second. But just from an overall standpoint, I mean, it's a really nice looking electric mountain bike. Okay. All right. So it has as I said, an integrated battery. It has a 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery. So 375 watt hours. And you can use a little key right here, right over here, and you do that and the battery pops out, and you can take the battery out and charge it, or you can just leave it in. It has a, surprisingly for this level of an e-bike, very cool that it has a mid-drive motor. This bike uses a lot of European manufacturers. I'll go through some of the other ones, but the bike motor, mid-drive, 250 watt, 500 watt peak. It's by a company called MPF, Mary Peter Frank. It gives you a good amount of power. I've already ridden it and I'm pretty impressed. It also uniquely has a belt drive. So instead of having a bunch of different sprockets in the back to change gears, it has a belt drive instead of a chain, which is nice. There's no oil issues. And it's got an internal hub gearing system. So in the back here, internally, it has the gears. So you don't see it change on the outside in terms of going on different level sprockets. It's all internal. The brand for the internal gearing is Vvolt, E-N-V-I-O-L-O. And what that enables you to do, as you see this little orange hill here, you can actually change the gears while the bike is at rest. And I'm gonna try to start off from a dead stop. Can I do this? Yeah, you see that? Look at that. Because I'm in pedal assist 5 and I'm in the lowest gear. I went from a dead stop where I couldn't move at all because I was in the highest gear. I manually put it in the lowest gear, and now I'm going up this 10, even 12% grade right now. So hopefully you can see the steepness of that hill changing, right? So this is the highest end gear. As you go up, you get a little bit less intense gear, a little bit easier, and then the easiest gear is when the hill's really steep. So it gives you like a 380 degree gear range, a lot of different gearing for going up hills, for going really fast on straightaways. And I'm at 23. Come on. 24. Bike has a minimalistic display, which has the miles per hour, the distance, and then the pedal assist level you're in. There are 5 different pedal assist levels, and then it shows you your battery. The bike has hydraulic disc brakes with 160 millimeter rotors. Most bikes have 180 millimeter, but these are a little bit smaller, which you would think would mean a little less stopping power, but overall it's pretty decent stopping power. I don't seem to have an issue with that. Let's try the brakes. Yeah, the brakes are pretty good, you know. And that's by a company called Radius. It has 27.5 by 2.2 inch tires, really big tires. Gives you a lot of speed, which is pretty nice. You can see that they have decent amount of tread, so you can definitely do some off-roading on this bike, light off-road. And you definitely feel you got some stability for sure with the tires. You've got some power with the pedal assist and the high gear range, and the suspension is pretty decent, you know. You feel comfortable. It is a hardtail, so it has front suspension forks. It does not have rear suspension, and I can tell you that the suspension is pretty good. I was quite pleasantly surprised. So overall, really like this bike. I think it's really nice looking. I went up hills, no problem. I went through some dirt, not a problem at all. Bike is quite capable. Again, because it's a hardtail, you're not going to go through some really aggressive dirt. It also doesn't have the power to really pull you through aggressive off-road. But light trails, fire roads, you know, gravel. They certainly give you some traction. Like I'm weaving, and this is gravel. It's not the loosest gravel, but it's definitely gravel. Not a problem at all for this bike. I love the fact that it has hydraulic brakes. I love the fact that it has a mid-drive motor. I love that it has the belt drive. And I love that it has the internal gearing. I mean, just the whole thing is high-end, you know? I still have to put the lights on. I forgot to put the lights on. There are lights. That's going to do it for this review. Hopefully you found this helpful. And please like and subscribe. We certainly appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.